Hi, my name is Jenna Garbett. I'm a senior incident response consultant here at Unit 42, and I'm going to be discussing how to apply lessons learned from past security incidents to your present day incident response plan. Lessons learned are typically the final phase of the incident response lifecycle, but this phase can really be assessed at a high level at any stage. And as the last step in the cycle, this one can often go under addressed since everyone's ready to move on to the next task. But it is extremely helpful for an organization to see this step through since it can help identify what adjustments should be made to their security program or processes after an incident occurs. The main purpose of the lessons learned phase is to provide time to reflect on the incident and shift focus to both the technical and process observations. Now, we want to evaluate how well an organization's incident response plan and processes were followed. Now, what worked well, what didn't work, and if any items in the program need to be modified or updated. The goal is to also review the incident from start to finish, reviewing the technical gaps that led to the incident in the first place, all in hopes of educating the organization on how to strengthen its security posture to put them in the best position moving forward. Now, when it comes to hardening your environment, it's important to not only understand how the threat actor got in, but what they did while inside, and then apply that knowledge directly to the organization's security approach. Now, the lessons learned phase can be one of the most impactful steps of the incident response lifecycle. An open dialogue to address what went well and what could use some fine tuning can set an organization up for a faster track to response in the future. So, some examples of topics to evaluate include number one, did the organization have an incident response plan in place? And at the identification of the incident, was that plan followed? Was it rehearsed or played out through tabletop exercises beforehand? This way, all parties can know what is expected when the time comes. Now, of the plan that was in place, what worked well? And what areas need improvement in that incident response plan? Now, three, if there was a lapse in response, was that due to human error, system errors, or a lack of adequate security practices? Four, were all members and teams identified in the incident response plan aware of their roles and responsibilities during the incident? Five, were stakeholders notified of the incident in a timely manner and in accordance with any laws or regulations, if applicable? Six, were all findings adequately documented and preserved? Seven, did the organization have the tools and/or data sources necessary to answer all of the key questions? What and where were those gaps? And lastly, did the organization have the right relationships in place to help with incident response? And were they engaged timely? So, for example, did they have incident response retainers, law retainers, insurance, PR firms, etc.? So, even after an incident response engagement, the work isn't quite done yet. Getting back to an uncompromised state does not necessarily prepare you for another attack in the future. Ideally, you want to learn from the incident and apply that knowledge to be able to defend yourself from future breaches. By dedicating time to reflect on the incident, creating a feedback loop that analyzes the successes and shortcomings of your security strategy and response process, as well as engaging in an open dialogue with your executives and key stakeholders, your organization can strengthen its incident response plans and emerge stronger than before. Remember, it's not just about recovering from an incident, it's about building resilience and staying one step ahead of evolving threats.